Rita said you thought you matched up well with this team. How did you think you matched up, and what did you think went well for you?
I think I had this discussion with Rita, how she's always told me that I like block better against like high paced teams, and I think just understanding that BYU has big girls, so my first initiation was like getting a block touch, and then getting self blocks was just like the cherry on top. I just think, you know, we had this discussion not only for this game, but going into the Big 12, we're going to go against big hitters. So I think really my mindset is just to get low and fast over the block and to help my back row out.
What does it mean for you to have such a breakout game and such a big important match for conference home match against a ranked opponent?
I think it really boosts my personal confidence because I feel that I worked really hard during the spring and my hard work has been able to pay off, and I've been able to start and play on the court, not only against, just in general, but against these big teams. And I think it also helps me understand that I can play with these girls. I think that was the main issue when I was coming in because I am relatively still new to the game. I didn't pick up volleyball until high school. So I think it definitely boosts my confidence, and it helps me understand that if I'm doing my job, I can play with these teams, and I can help my team out.
Coach said you're constantly asking questions out there. Give us
Yes.
an example, maybe of one question you asked tonight that was to the benefit of you and the team.
At first, I kind of struggled with 24, and then we had that discussion of pressing over my left hand, and it definitely benefited the last set when I got the block. So definitely, I just am so inquisitive, and since I'm still learning, I just feel like I just always ask questions, like if it's good or if it's bad. If I make a mistake, I always turn to Rita and talk to her about it. And I think I'm so grateful for having a coach like Rita because she won't shy away from those questions. So she'll explain it, not only concisely, but also visually.
The 5 kills also tied your career high. How is your offensive game coming along, and what do you still think you need to do?
I think it's coming along better because I'm getting up faster on the net. Being an option, I think that's the biggest thing is that I'm becoming more of an option, and I think I just still need to work on my swing fundamentals. Where I've been working on that in practice, getting in early and doing that. So it's still a work in progress, but either way, I'm happy that they see me as an option.
Yep. What's your mentality like in practice, and how does that kind of translate or transpire during a game?
I think my mentality in practice is to play as hard as it's a game. I think in practice it's very, you're always going to make mistakes in practice, and you go over them in practice so it doesn't happen in the big game. So that's my mentality. Can play as hard, practice as hard as you would it for a game, and understand the mistakes that you will make will be corrected and not so much of a thing when you go into the big game.
Considering this was such a big game because it was the first conference game at home in the Big 12, how did you and the team feel coming in today? What was the energy like?
The energy was definitely high. I think coming off of, the loss against Baylor and TCU and understanding that we can play with these teams, I think that was definitely encouraging us that we can play against these ranked teams. And being at home, I think it's definitely helpful because the energy in McHale is just so high, and it definitely radiates for us on the court and off the court. And I think it was just a thing where, as well as still being undefeated at home, So I think those mentalities definitely helped us to play with this team and able to secure the win.